No Tears Project live in Jackson, Mississippi at Shady Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Presented by Oxford American, National Park Service, and the Medgar and Merle Evers Home National Monument. Made possible by National Park Foundation, Jazz Road, and South Arts, along with supporting partner, Visit Jackson.
So my name is Chris Parker. This is my wife, Kelley Hurt. We've been coming to Jackson for a long time, for music primarily, and it just feels great to be back home. And we have more than just us with ties to the music community here. I'm going to briefly go through everybody, and we're going to get down to it. Rodney Jordan on the bass. We'll hear the work he composed for Medgar Evers, the Medgar Evers Suite, shortly. Darrian Douglas on the drums. And then the Memphis Horns, which I'm not lying, they actually all are completely tied to Memphis. Right there, standing up, that's Bobby LaVell. One of the last of the Memphis tenors for real, actually. Next to him is Marc Franklin. And on the farthest end is Chad Fowler. Mr. Figures mentioned healing, which is interesting because the first song we're going to play is a new one called The Healing Medicine Blues.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So when we decided we were going to partner with the Medgar Evers Home and the Park Service and we were going to make some new music, I said, we want Rodney to write this one. So I'm going to let him introduce it, and it's quite an amazing journey, his piece of music and the evolution of it, but I'm going to let him introduce that.
How you doing, Jackson? I don't really. Hey, Rhonda. First of all, I went to Jackson State University. I studied with London Branch and a lot of other great faces I see out here. Alvin Fielder. Yes. And so this is home for me. Herman Fouts, all these great, beautiful people who helped me along the way. And so I was really honored to write this piece of music. I thought about all the time I was here. I never got to visit the house, and I didn't know a lot about Medgar Evers. So over the past year, I've learned a whole lot about Medgar Evers. And so I'll tell you briefly a little bit about this suite that I was so honored to have the opportunity to write. The first piece is kind of, you know how when the president walks in and they play Hail to the Chief? Da, 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 da. That's kind of what this is, this first movement is. Because Medgar was a royal person, and he deserves a royal treatment. So this whole suite is about giving him the royal treatment. And I thought about him just as a black man in America, what it must have been like for him just to get up in the morning and put on his suit and tie. You know how it is, fellas, when we get up and get dressed, it's like putting on armor. Especially for black men sometimes, it's like armor we put on to go out into the community. And so we call the first piece Freedom Armor. So I hope you enjoy that. The next piece is about where he moved his family to, Mount Bayou, Mississippi. God, Mount Bayou is the oldest black-owned and run municipality in the United States. And there's a lot more information on that you're gonna get. But I will say that in Mississippi, one of the chief instruments in Mississippi is the guitar. And I asked him, can I have a guitar? He said, no, we don't have a guitar. So I wrote a piece with a melody that sounds like a guitar would be playing it. So I hope you hear that. And then the next piece, we were talking about music and Medgar's favorite music. And I came, my wife and I, Robin, came and visited, and we visited the house, and someone was giving us a tour. And they told us that the favorite jazz piece of Medgar and Merrily was Misty, which is a beautiful piece of music. And so what we decided to do with this piece is sort of deconstruct Misty. And so you're going to hear that. This is something I learned when I was at Jackson State University, by the way. This is programmatic music, meaning it's meant to give you a picture, tells a story. And so this particular piece has a scene 1 and a scene 2. Scene 1, the family, Merle and the children are sitting in the bed and they're watching President Kennedy's speech. And it's kind of laid back and it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden you're going to hear this kind of weird chord. And then we move on to scene 2, and that's when the deed happened. We call it Contemptible Act. This is what we call a medley, 2 pieces blended into one thing. Then the next piece is called Why Mississippi? Because all the things that I read about him, he could have left Mississippi a long time ago. He could have gone to the services, and then maybe he could have stayed over in Europe. He could have moved to New York City and become a lawyer, a judge, maybe even president of the United States, who knows? But he had to come back to Mississippi. And so I kept asking myself, why Mississippi? I did see a movie, and I heard him say a quote. He said, I don't know if I'm going to heaven or hell, but I'm going from Jackson. So he was definitive about that. And then the very last piece does a couple of things. It just kind of sort of introduces all the guys in the band, the ladies and gentlemen in the band, and it really challenges you to go out and vote. It's called Call to Action. So I hope you enjoy the Medgar suite.
We're also going to introduce one more member of our group. Miss Ashley Tate is our dancer, and you'll see her on this suite and on some other things, but her work will speak for itself.
The word is out. Everyone's talking about the one who moves behind the scenes, in plain sight, making moves in the face of adversity, continuing your quest as a man of action. A man of action who gets up daily and puts on his armor, his freedom armor. What arms a man of action? Looks, well, your movie star quality in an approachable way. Flair, you're an impeccably crisp dresser. Abilities, of course, your intelligence is above par and you are athletic. So leaps and bounds aren't a problem. But what about these abilities? Able to fortify yourself through education with the will of your parents, the might of your brother, and the life lessons of Mississippi. Able to experience a life away from home that you realize we all deserve as human beings at home. Able able to withstand the severest of beatings upon returning home and use the experience to propel your activism. Able to convert retaliation into exposing racial injustices, and able to initiate changes through laws that protect us and our rights. Able to understand the need for a partner of like mind, with love and guidance and fortitude for the challenges your family would face together. And able to declare your life for your family and for the rights of all in this country, especially in your Mississippi. to get something going here in Jackson, to the point that I am willing to risk even life itself. My feeling is, if we are to receive a beating, let's receive it because we have done something, not because we have done nothing. And if I die, it will be for a good cause. Perhaps my death will do some good. And certainly each person here, and man in particular, should be in a position to say, I was active in the struggle from all phases for your unrestricted privileges as an American. Oh, no, 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 no. segregation and discrimination in America becomes annihilated. This is a celebration of a great American superhero. Yes, the ultimate civil rights action figure, Medgar Evers. Many of us can only dream of an environment in which Black excellence can safely flourish. Now, here in the heart of Mississippi is the proclaimed Jewel of the Delta. Founded in 1887, Mound Bayou was built on the principle of being the first self-sustaining, self-governing Black community in Mississippi. From the bottomlands to fertile lands, through the wilderness erupts an oasis of Black economic promise. Witness our dreams alive. So come and be a part of the sanctuary and refuge of us taking care of one another. Achieve the freedom of living you deserve. Mound Bayou, for you, by you. seed oil plant. I.T. Montgomery and Benjamin Green founders. Charles Banks established the Bank of Mound Bayou. Dr. T.R.M. Howard, chief surgeon of Taborian Hospital, owner of Magnolia Mutual Life Insurance Company, and activism mentor to Medgar Evers.
1, 2, 3, 1, ready,
It is my hope that there is something that can be done to guarantee equal protection of the law to all regardless to race. To return home. You believed in your commitment to your Mississippi. I'm afraid, don't think I'm strong enough, but I'll be brave. I feel it's time to show them all how we survive. You have shown we are more than enough. You had faith when we lost drive. It's time we show our fight is still alive. Our lives are winding roads with turns that want to take us farther. That's why for ourselves, for our families, for our rights, for our lives, it's time we show them all our dreams survive. Our dreams are we go any farther, I'm gonna introduce him to you one more time. Chad Fowler, Marc Franklin, Bobby LaVell, from Mississippi, Darrian Douglas, Chris Parker, Ashley Tate. How about it for me? I'm Kelley. And somewhere in the ether, and I can't find him, is Ryan Harris. How about it for him? And the composer of the Medgar Ever Suite, my brother's best friend, Rodney Jordan. Give it up. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate civil rights action figure, Medgar Evers. Will you become an action figure? And when? The time is now. Your right to vote has been paid for by the blood of others. Be heard, not only for what you stand for, but also for what you won't stand for. Regardless of our state electoral practices, your vote still is counted and stands for you. The ultimate rope-a-dope is giving your vote away. So please, make sure you're registered, get out and vote, and be heard.
And we really should be, to be fair, Rodney Jordan composed all of the music, and Kelley Hurt put all of the text and lyrics together. We're going to follow up with a tune from Kelley, and y'all wouldn't believe how hard it was to get her to agree to do this song. But you are going to be so glad that I took those beatings and those marital blisses, because it's a great song and it really expresses emotionally a lot of things. So this is I won't be the same.
I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. Wanna deny me till I forget my name. And I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. Wanna deny me, I won't be denied. Wanna ignore me, well, I won't be satisfied. Wanna forget me, yeah, I'm unforgettable. Wanna unsee me, but I'm not blind. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. Wanna deny me, yeah, till I forget my name. And I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. You wanna bind me? Well, I walk around unbound. Wanna confine me? Yeah, I'm still gonna be around. Wanna replace me? Well, I'm irreplaceable. Wanna erase me? Yeah, I'm in your mind. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. I won't be the same. No, I won't be the same. 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 I won't be the same.
We're going to. One more time for Kelley Hurt. Should be called We Won't Be the Same. So we're going to feature another composer. This is such a beautiful band to be in because everyone can outplay me and outwrite me. And so it just makes it easy for me to sit here and talk. But Bobby LaVell, last year we were in Memphis, and we asked him to write a piece for being in Memphis, and he wrote a meaningful little spiritual tune. I'm going to let him introduce it, and we're going to play it, and it's going to feature him on this.
Good evening. Tonight, this may take just a little bit longer than normal because Ryan asked me to share a little something with you about me. I was with B.B. King for 3 years. And I met Charles Evers on 2 occasions. And I knew who he was because I knew about Medgar and everything. And additionally, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And when Dr. King was killed, a lot of people don't know much about Resurrection City. All right. But I found out recently that it was Dr. King's idea, but Jesse Jackson brought it into fruition. It was a tent city on the grounds of the Capitol that took poor people there to protest. I was in a little band that helped them raise some of the money, and as a result, I was allowed to get on the bus and come to Washington, D.C. and protest in 1968 after the death of Dr. King. And it ignited me into the civil rights movement, being aware of all of those things that go on. Now we can get to my song. The song that I've written is entitled, My Spirit is Stronger Than Your Persecution. And what it speaks to is all the atrocities that have happened to black people in this country. And in spite of that, Mount Bayou, Mississippi came to Tulsa, Oklahoma happened, Rosemont happened. We're here today. Happiness is a choice, people. It's a choice that we have made daily in our lives for centuries. And that's what My Spirit is Stronger Than Your Persecution addresses. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time.
If it's not the Memphis horns, it certainly sounds good. Them horns have sound good to us. Thank you, Bobby. So we're getting close, but not all the way to the end. And we've been talking about you guys' story, but we're going to share a little bit of our story. We began as a project. We began as a single performance to celebrate the Little Rock 9 in 2017, and I guess the creator had other plans. So we're still here, but this is a little piece of the No Tears suite, a little thing we call By the Numbers, about the Little Rock 9.
By the numbers, the Supreme Court issued no less than 2 rulings regarding the class action lawsuit of Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas. In May of 1954, it ruled that racial segregation in public education was a violation of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. This decision stated that separate education facilities are inherently unequal. In May of 1955, the Supreme Court would issue its Brown 2 decision, in which it ruled that desegregation must proceed with all deliberate speed. In order to get through this year, you will have to become a soldier. Don't let the enemy know what you are feeling. By the numbers, in the spring of 1957, no less than 517 black students were living within the Little Rock Central High School district. 80 wanted to attend Central High School and were interviewed by the school board. 17 of these students were selected, and 8 of those remained at Horace Mann High School. The rest of the students would be enrolled at Central High School and become who we now recognize as the Little Rock Nine. True reconciliation can occur if we honestly look back on our shared history. The dead can be buried, but not the past. By the numbers, during what is known as the Central High Crisis, no less than 3 attempts were made by the 9 integrating students to enter Little Rock Central High School. In 1957, on September 4th, Governor Fowler deploys 100 members of the National Guard to block and prevent entrance. The students were also confronted with 400 protesters. On September 23rd, the integrating students went again to enter Central High School with police escorts. But when confronted with now at least 1,000 protesters, the students were sent home for fear of their safety. On September 25th, after President Eisenhower federalizes the National Guard, he sends 1,000 paratroopers, the Screaming Eagles of the 101st Airborne Division of the U.S. Army, to guard the members of the Little Rock Nine. It has been an interesting year. I've had a course in human relations firsthand. The numbers. After the Central High Crisis, and in spite of the lost year from 1958 through 1959, No less than 9 students were high school graduates. No less than 9 students were college educated. No less than 9 have received prestigious medals, awards, and honors nationwide. All of the 9 contribute professionally and privately through civic, social, and community involvement. The mood was then, as it is now, no tears.
So as we planned this event, Mr. Figures and I talked a lot about, we talked about Medgar in those times. We also talked about a lot of other things, and one of that is a shared love of jazz music. And so we realized we both liked the same song, and I said, we're going to play this song because we played it on the very first gig we ever played. And so as one of our friends in New Orleans would say, this might be our last gig, so it'll be our first and our last, and if I die today, I will be happy because I came what I did to do. So we're going to play The Creator Has a Master Plan. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of this. We really enjoyed being here. We enjoyed being in Murley's Garden early today. We enjoyed being with you here tonight. And if anyone has eyes for tomorrow, we're going to be at Club Ebony in Indianola. So the after party, the after party. I'd like to thank everyone here at National Park Service, National Parks Foundation, at Shady Grove, and the Evers family, and you. Hope to see you again soon.
Executive producers, No Tears Project, Oxford American, National Park Service, and Medgar and Merle Evers Home National Monument. Made possible by National Park Foundation, Jazz Road, and South Arts, along with supporting partner, Visit Jackson. Additional partners include Shady Grove Missionary Baptist Church, NAACP Mississippi State Conference, One Voice, Central Mississippi Blues Society, and Little Rock Central High School National Historic Site.